Today, we are very excited about something that we've been working on really since the overturning of Roe versus Wade. Back in 2021, which seems like a long time ago in these uncertain times, we released a book that for about a decade we got a request for, and that was What to Say When, the complete new guide to discussing abortion. It covers a lot of the traditional abortion arguments and some of the new arguments that we had seen surface about 5 years ago, and that book surprised us. We released it in September of 2021. It was immediately an Amazon #1 release. It was a #2 Amazon bestseller. It got all the accolades, and it really surprised us at your response to it and showed the great need. And then the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. And we entered a new era of bizarre, of weird, and of new abortion arguments. And many people started asking for a sequel to the original What to Say When. And we are excited to announce that Steve Carlin and I have just completed the sequel, What to Say When 2, which will be released this fall. What to Say When 2 covers it all and is much deeper than the first book. You do not need to have read What to Say When, the first one, in order to read What to Say When 2. But there's some particular differences. Number one, we take on something that I think pro-lifers have been struggling with, politicians certainly have been struggling with, and that is the deep and serious topic of rape and incest. This book does multiple deep dives with specific and many inspiring examples of this difficult issue when abortion comes up. That's the first thing. We also cover that men cannot have abortions. I know this is profound news to everyone. The fact that we have to have a chapter on that is phenomenal, but we get into the depths of that, we get into the simplicity of it, and we get into where these arguments came from. We also get into Dobbs. We know that many people are ill-equipped to discuss the overturning of Roe v. Wade. Should we discuss it? Can we discuss it without getting into politics and some shouting match at Thanksgiving? Can we discuss it and not be a constitutional lawyer? So we break down Dobbs, the overturning of Roe, the history of Roe, and how to discuss that in a simplistic way around the dinner table. We also get into something that resurfaced with the overturning of Roe, and that is the fact that you, as a pro-life person, unbeknownst to you, you hate children that are born. This is now news. This has resurfaced, and upon the overturning of Roe versus Wade, this famous clip from 1996 resurfaced in the mainstream media, and everybody praised this comedian as being a prophet for when the evil Supreme Court would overturn Roe v. Wade. Let's hear what this prophecy was.
Boy, these conservatives are really something, aren't they? They're all in favor of the unborn. They will do anything for the unborn. But once you're born, you're on your own. Pro-life conservatives are obsessed with the fetus from conception to 9 months. After that, they don't want to know about you. They don't want to hear from you. No, nothing. No neonatal care, no daycare, no Head Start, no school lunch, no food stamps, no welfare, no nothing. If you're pre-born, you're fine. If you're preschool, you're
So without a little laughter, where would we be? George Carlin, God rest his soul. We do have a little fun with George and What to Say When too, and we break down that comment, so many others, and where that comes from. What to Say When too is a very important book right now in our culture because there's a lot of confusion and there's a lot of new ways to discuss abortion in the new abortion landscape. Never in the history of the pro-life movement has abortion been in the news so much, essentially every day. And never has the topic of abortion been botched, pun intended, by so many pro-life politicians. It's really unprecedented. And so this book is coming out in September. It will go to print over the summer. We encourage you to pre-order it. There are combos. You can pre-order both books at once, or you can just pre-order and get discounts on bulk orders. But we encourage you to go to Amazon, to go to our website, go to 40daysforlife.com. You see the link to buy it. If you buy it directly from 40 Days for Life, it helps raise money for our mission. So we certainly encourage you to do that. And like our previous publications and books, if you buy What to Say When To directly from 40 Days for Life. You will get a signed copy, and you will not get that on Amazon. Our signature does not increase the value at all of the book, but it is a signed copy if you buy it directly from us. You will be completely equipped to discuss abortion in this new landscape with many new arguments that this video is simply too short to get into, but it is a very powerful book. It is a very personal book, and it is a book that will give you plenty of not just arguments, but stories to reach hearts and minds. This, like the first one, is a proven book. These methods, these arguments, these approaches are proven as so many people are angry. There's a lot of anger. We're not dealing with reasonable people on the other side. We're dealing with anger. And so we teach you how, yes, to address these topics head on, but also to do so in love, in charity, in truth, and with humor. Because if we lose our humor, we don't have anything left because so many people take themselves far too seriously. So I encourage you, get What to Say When 2. Again, if you have read What to Say When 1, great, you will enjoy What to Say When 2. If you have not read What to Say When 1, you will still enjoy What to Say When 2. You do not have to have read the first one. That was very, very intentional. And you will be able to discuss these topics. Obviously, reading the first one helps, but it is not required, and you will still get a lot out of What to Say When 2. So we look forward to seeing how God uses this book in our culture, which needs truth, which needs God, which needs His mercy, which needs His love. And it is our prayer that this book helps and serves as a resource for you to share those things in such a confused and desperate time in our country, but a time when we are winning on the pro-life front, a time when we are losing so many other cultural fronts, but we're winning on the side of life, and we need to act accordingly. That's one of the titles to one of the chapters in What to Say When 2. We're winning, act accordingly. So get the book and enjoy the book. Pre-order it. It comes out September the 10th. We look forward to you reading it and to getting feedback and to being part of the beginning of the end of abortion.